Hello, this is K.Jolie, and this is screen printing at home on a budget. Okay, so this is for newbies, people that want to give it a shot, you know. So if you watched my first tutorial on this, your screens are clean, you've ordered your screens and all of that, and hopefully you remember to order chemicals. And Speedball is a top-selling brand. Professionals use it, newbies use it. So this is just really just tips and tricks and how to get you going as far as designs and stuff. So there's a few ways to do designs, and what I've done previously, this is, you know, you want to have access to a copy machine or a printer from your computer and stuff so that you can print out your design. Now this screen in the back here, it is what it is. That's like an old one that I did, and you know, basic one, because it is what it is. Okay, so with this, what I did was I printed out 2 copies and I cut it down. And this is just a plastic film I got from Staples. So perfect, you know, nice and easy. I forget how many come in the pack or whatever, but pretty cheap. And I sat there and cut out my letters. You know, I came up with the lettering and how I wanted it to print out. And I printed out 2 copies so that I can cut one up and then put it underneath and glue my letters down. And I used photo glue because it is easy to remove. Photo glue, the non-acid and all of that is perfect. And one thing you have to remember is that you need to do it backwards. This is the top of your screen that's going to go on the t-shirt or the bag or whatever it is you're going to print. Okay, and then you're going to pour your ink into here, into your frame, and this is where you're going to squeegee it on. So you just have to remember to print it backwards. So to you this way, you know, when you burn your screen, you use the emulsion and you burn your screen. You know, burning is just making it a permanent screen with the chemicals. It's just a term, it's a nickname. So some other artwork that, you know, just to show you, you know, how it was done, how I did it. I sat there with a little X-Acto knife and a tiny little scissor, and I cut, you know, I printed out 2 designs. And one thing you have to remember is that not everything that you want, you know, to put on a t-shirt, any saying or whatever it is going to actually work out. You know, you have to size it, because just because you make it does not mean it's going to fit the screen. It's going to fit the shirt, rather. And this is the screen I did it on. And the screen surface, it's an 8x10. Okay, so the design fits the screen, but it doesn't necessarily fit the shirt. And you have to remember that if you're going to print bigger shirts, you know, extra large, double X, whatever. So just because you have a design and you're like, oh, this is going to look great, you definitely want to, you know, measure, make sure it's going to fit the shirt. It's going to be, you know, centered and full if that's what the look is that you're going for. These are just tips and tricks, things that I've done and tried. I mean, I don't know if other screen printers are showing you this kind of thing, and really it's trial and error. I read a lot of books and I said, you know what, I'm giving it a shot. This is what I want to do. And this is actually the original that I printed out, and it's on a clear film. That's why this is such an odd, this was to fit the back of a t-shirt because there was a saying in the front, but this was to fit the back of a t-shirt, and I burnt it on backwards, like I made the print backwards. And this is the original, actually, that is over 10 years old. So and this is how the screen came out, and it fits, this one fits perfectly on a medium, large, extra large back of a t-shirt, which is what I had meant it to do. I had intended it to do. So and if you're gonna get to printing or whatever, you know, before I do, you know, before I show you, you know, how to do it or whatever it is, that's wonderful, you know, good for you. But you want your masking tape. This masking tape is a printer's dream, because sometimes the emulsion doesn't take completely, And with that, you can have pinholes, so little tiny dots of ink that'll show through and it'll come out on your t-shirt. So, and also on the edges and stuff like that, that happens too, or whatever. So you definitely, you know, if you don't know if you got a clear shot of, you know, your emulsion, your screen burned perfect, you know, without any pinholes or any kind of thing, you definitely want to have masking tape. 95% of my artwork is compliments of NickiiR dolls. And if you're on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube, NickiiR, she definitely does not disappoint. But I got most of my artwork from her. That's my sister, and she's super duper talented and all that kind of thing. And she mainly does dolls now and stuff. But you can see, like, you know, this was the original design. Okay, and I printed it out twice and then I cut it. And this was one of the first designs that I was doing. And the thing with this is that I think it was maybe too advanced for me because it was such fine lines and it was so small. But, you know, you live and you learn, and trial and error is a big part of learning how to do, you know, new things, because you want to learn new things, you want to expand your horizons and all that kind of stuff. So this was Crying Mimi. Another tip with printing is save your old messed up t-shirts that are going to the garbage, because you know what, you don't want to try out a new screen on a brand new t-shirt. You just spent money on this brand new t-shirt, and it's to print and have, like, you know, a good nice design on it. And there's other ways of getting your designs onto your screens. This is just a basic way that I taught myself how to do it. You're gonna go ahead or whatever. Hopefully you get it going. Let me know if it works out for you. And I'm gonna do another one. I'll show you with the emulsion or whatever and burning the screen and stuff. I'll try and set up some good shots to get that going. But it's not so easy. I never know with the camera angle if, you know, if whatever I want to show you is actually going to show. But this is just one way of doing it. You want it to be opaque, you want it to be a solid. So you'll see, this is, I colored it in so that it was as solid as it could be. You were not gonna get, you know, any light going through it. So you wanna use heavy paper if you're gonna print it, or use a copy machine. Heavyweight, solid paper that's not translucent in any way. Okay, and you'll, you know, if you're gonna do it this way. And if you're not an artist, or you're not, you know, related to one, such as myself, there are millions of free artwork online and stuff that you can put on a t-shirt. And I'm not saying to infringe on anybody's copyright, I'm just saying that there is free artwork out there that will help you get it going if you're unsure as to what you want to put on a t-shirt, but you do want to give this a shot. So again, thank you so much for watching. Happy screen printing and artwork finding and stuff like that, because that'll keep you off the streets, keep you out of trouble. And I hope you're learning something. Thank you so much for watching. Please, you know, give the video a like, and you know, subscribe. It's a nice thing to do. I hope I'm teaching you something. And I'm sure the professionals are still cringing at my techniques and stuff. So have a super great day. This is K.Jolie, and thanks again. Screen printing at home on a budget, episode 2 or part 2. Have a great day. Bye.